All right, we're happy to welcome back our friends from the Cougar Mountain Zoo. Jordan Beasley joins us, and you got to look to the ground for today's friend. This is Rocco. Tell us about Rocco.
So Rocco is a Cuban rock iguana. He is in his 20s, and he's about 3 feet long right now. Their species can get about 5 feet, and he is a type of marine iguana. Oh. So he's used to being in the water. He can even hold his breath for about 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
Rocco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so he's actually a rescue, right? Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so he was donated to us from the reptile zoo that closed down. He needed a home, and he was very popular there, actually. So we got him. Everyone loves him, and he has a great personality. He always head bobs. We like to ask him questions that are always yes or no questions, and he always says yes.
He knows the answers.
He knows the answers.
Okay, so he's very wise. And look at this beautiful shot of him. He's wonderful. And could you talk about the conservation efforts and maybe also the responsibility around pet ownership of certain reptiles?
Right. A lot of people want to get reptiles and snakes and lizards because they're cool and fascinating and like different, unique. But these animals are wild animals as well, and they should not be kept as pets by people who are just the average Joe, right? There's a lot that goes into them. When people see them as pets, unfortunately, that means if they can't take care of them, they will just drop them back in the wild. And what happens is they become invasive and they take over. Think about what's going on in Florida, where Burmese pythons have taken over everything because it's perfect climate for them, but they're taking out native birds, native mammals, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so it can become a dangerous situation for the ecosystem. All right, well, you did bring us one other special friend in addition to Rocco. I love the names of these animals, by the way. So you're about to meet Dave the armadillo, which I love. I'll have to tell my brother David that I met David the armadillo. I'm assuming David is his full name, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, he just goes by Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hello. And he's 1 year old? He's just 1 year old?
He is not even a year old yet.
Almost a year old. Okay.
He's not even a year old yet. So this is Dave. He is a 3-banded armadillo. One of my cool things about him is that when you hold him a certain way, so he is the only species of armadillo that can close all the way up.
Oh my gosh.
So he can fully enclose himself for safety, right? So if something was terrifying him, something scary, he's like, oh wait, I'm enclosed. And he even has a little space for his head and his tail to go in there. And go ahead and feel his shell. What's the shell feel like?
It feels, it's a little bumpy, but fairly smooth. And I feel a little flecks of hair. Yeah.
So as a mammal, he has hair too, right? And someone mentioned off camera, he's a little Brillo pad almost, like when he goes up like that.
It does.
Right? But his shell is made of the same thing as your fingernails and hair. It's called keratin. And he is a special kind of burrowing animal. And one of my favorite things about him is to watch him walk around. So when he looks around, it almost looks like a little Roomba. Like he glides on the ground, right?
He does. And he does move very smoothly. One
of my favorite things about him is giving him mealworms because he has a great sense of smell.
Oh, I'm glad we're putting the worms in a container.
Yes. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, Dave is awesome. He's a good little guy.
Where would be a natural habitat for him?
Oh, South America.
South America.
So so South America, they are pretty well protected from predators, but there are some species of animals out there that can crack through that shell.
Okay.
Like some big cats.
Okay, but for the most part, he's pretty tough.
He's pretty tough.
Love that.